Hey everybody, this is Dan coming to you live from Gadabout Games headquarters here in Austin, Texas, also known as my house. It is a very exciting day here in Gadabout history because we just got our production samples in from our manufacturer, My Games. So production samples, super important part of the process. This is it. This is the last step before they make all of the units and send them to all of you and we get those games out there. So let's see what they said. Now, spoiler, I did open the box to make sure it wasn't just like a blender or something that they sent me, but I haven't been through all the games yet, so we're gonna get to go through these together. Let's see what they got. Bubble wrap, lots of bubble wrap. All right. So first up, it looks like we've got the game and the fantasy promo pack. So this was a little Kickstarter extra that you all unlocked for funding in that first 72 hours. We did a little bit of extra treatment with it, gave it this fancy snazzy little envelope. Let's get this bubble wrap out of the way. And this guy, we'll hold this up close so that you can see all the embossing and the detail on it, but it looks pretty good. Let's get a knife and slice this thing open. Carefully, so carefully. All right. So you can see the game it is super tiny. It's going to fit in your hand, but it is just really perfectly sized to throw in a backpack or for travel with. So let's get this plastic wrap off here. And I'm not sure if this will come through in the stream or not, but you can see there's some embossing on the box. So our dear gnome friend, our logo, those are all actually raised surfaces. But cool, it is here. And let's open it up and check out some of the cards. So as we're going through this, it is totally okay. It is normal if there are errors, if there's weird stuff that happens. It's one of the reasons why we're doing these production samples, so we don't make like 200,000 of these things that all have some kind of a terrible problem with them. And they're all looking pretty good. So we might do like a little bit of a color profile adjustment, but you can see the cards are coming through. They've got that nice kind of linen finish to them. I'm not sure if you can see that in the light, but again, we'll post some close-up photos of these. Here we go. One of the stretch goal cards unlocked. It's the doghouse part of the product. But yeah, so we got all the different store cards, all the different neighbor cards here. I am definitely going to talk to them about just the color profile because colors are still a little bit faded. I think we can do a little bit better. Hey guys, thanks for joining. But yeah, we're looking good. We're almost ready to roll. So this is the base game. I'm going to go ahead and throw this guy back in its box and let's tear open the fantasy pack. And if you guys have been following the campaign, you'll remember there is a secret inside of the fantasy pack envelope. We'll give you your first look at that today. That's something that we are super excited about. But let's get this guy open. So, you know, like I said, just a few little base cards here. In the fantasy pack, this was just a re-theme to start, but then we added some different fantasy neighbors that you can swap into your gameplay as you go also. But just to give your game like a little bit of extra feel, a little bit of extra flair. So let's get this guy open. So much plastic wrap. So yeah, I'll hold this up so you all can see it. Nice and purple. And this just unhooks. Little dragon hiding under there because it's the fantasy pack, guys. You gotta have a dragon. And here we go, just unfolds, has some instructions. Here's the envelope with the little cards. It comes in just this inner plastic item here. Get this opened up. All right, and here we go. So we got all those different cards that you can use to do a theme swap out. And you can have a dragon keep your money, because dragons, so many dragons, y'all. Yeah, little treasure chests, good times. And then here we have our fantasy neighbors, Merlin, we've got Lance, we got Robin, Esmeralda, and of course, yes, it is Drago McDragonface, which you all named very helpfully, but it was such a hit we decided to keep it. So that is the fantasy pack, and of course, the secret inside of the fantasy pack, it is the first Turf War expansion that we are going to be launching a Kickstarter for coming up in October. It's Turf War Trick or Treat. So stay on the email list on social. We'll be inviting you guys to test it out. We've got a Tabletopia version up and running that we've been doing some testing with. We're starting to do some of the final artwork. So really excited for y'all to see that. And yes, it is an excellent dragon name. You all did a wonderful job in the Kickstarter polls. All right, but that is not the only things that we have in this box. So we got some more bubble wrap. Let's get this bubble wrap out of here. So our next little bundle looks like it might be Playmats. And if you've been following along, you've probably seen that we just sold out of these guys. So the Playmats, they were a late addition to the campaign. We didn't think initially that we would need quite so many Playmats. It was just going to be part of the collector's box. But the people demanded the Playmats, and we gave it to them, and ended up selling out in pre-order too. So we're trying to figure out if we can increase our manufacturing order to hopefully get a few more of those out. Yep, very excited about that sellout. And in the meantime, we are probably going to put some of the collector's bundles on for direct sale. We have been thinking about those as just like a convention exclusive, something that might be just for the folks from the Kickstarter, but they might also be the only way to get Playmats for a hot minute. So we're going to see what we can do. So first up, we have our store playmat all rolled into a nice, lovely little tube. So we've got these just in protected bags to make sure that they make the journey from the factory to your house okay. If you're getting these as part of the collector's box, which we will take a look at as part of our grand finale here, these will just all come bundled together. You won't get that extra wrapping with them. But yes, nice little barcode there. And you can see this is the store playmat. This is where you're going to have all of your neighbors, all of your store cards laid out, your decks. Lovely little trash picture to remind you to keep your trash right there. And these are great. They're rubber backed. They're super durable. You can throw them in a washing machine. But you can see the colors came out great. Very, very rich. Let's take a look at the yard playmat. Get some more of that bubble wrap out of there. Whoop. So same thing with this. This is actually our first error of the day. So this is why we are checking our production samples. But they packed 4 of the yard playmats into these, and these are supposed to be just individual bundles. So pulling these out. And yeah, you can see that this is again, really nice deep color on these. I can hold this up super close. Yeah, giant Turf War logo in the camera right there. But again, with the rubber backing, they've got a nice heft. They roll up really well. Brian will not play the game without these at this point. He insists on the playmat, so definitely an accessory that I'm happy the community encouraged us to get added in there. All right, so we got our game, we got our promo pack, we got our playmats. We got more bubble wrap. We got all the bubble wrap in the world in case anyone's moving and needs some. Let us know. But here we have our star. This is collector's box. And so you might have seen the last round of photos. That was just for a set of print proofs. So the goal of that round was to make sure that just the general kind of product was right, that if we did go through with full manufacturing, like everything would fit in the boxes, kind of see how much stuff weighs. But we didn't get all those embellishments. So we, like we saw with the game itself, you know, the embossing and all that kind of stuff got added to it. And the proof for the collector's box, that didn't have the full foil treatment. It just had metallic ink on it. So I'm excited to open this up and see the full thing. More bubble wrap. All right, there we go. So this is still in the plastic wrap. We'll pull this out in just a second, but very shiny, and it's wrapping right now. And you can see that that UV spot treatment on it too. Let me go ahead and slice this so very carefully. We got plastic wrap for days here now. Yeah, so this is the stunner for everyone who ordered one of these through the Kickstarter campaign. You can see that spot UV treatment. You can see that foil. It really, like, it gives us a very nice effect when you're holding it in person, and that the full kind of hot foil on there, it's almost mirrored. So, you know, if you want to hold your Turf War collector's box up so you can do your hair, go for it. Let's get this guy open. Shimmy, it's a tight fit. I also don't want to damage it or get it fingerprinty because I'm precious about these things. All right, so there you go. Just a nice black, solid black interior. We got a little bit of grass in here for you. Just packing material, keeps all the games and things from sliding around. But if we open this guy up, just pull out some of this grass. Hopefully these will ship in time for Easter and you can throw them in your Easter baskets. Make a wig, also an option. Happy Meeples, thank you. All right, so we got a couple different games. So we already took a look at this guy, but you can see each of those collector's boxes. It's going to contain 2 copies of Turf War, 2 fantasy packs, and this is all the setup that you need for a 3 or 4 player version of the game, or just split them with a friend and do twofers. No flamingos. The flamingos were reviewer exclusives. So I don't know. Maybe we should do something like the flamingos again when we send out the review copies of Trick or Treat. We'll have to think on that. Little Frankensteins or pumpkins. I don't know. Suggestions welcome. All right. So we got a bundle O Playmats. So many Playmats. So these are the same kind of playmats as we just looked that were individually packaged. So again, you got the store, and then you got just 4 of these yard playmats. I've already taken a look at these guys. Whoop. And then if you're just looking at the interior of the box, it's got a well for your cards. It's got a well for the playmats. I know everyone was all about the flamingos. We got a lot of questions. We put these little like rubbery pink flamingos in the initial round of review copies. And a lot of people were wondering if there's a game element to them. Should we be playing with these? And I mean, I guess you could use them for scoring, but no, there was no game purpose. They were just there for fun. I'm curious what you ended up doing with all of those flamingos. Did they find their way to like garnish cocktails? What happened? I don't know. So anyway, you can see like your cards can just line up in this side. We did leave a lot of space in this box, so once those expansions start rolling out, you'll be able to pick those up and slot them in. Or if you want to keep sleeved cards in there, there's also plenty of room for those, since those are always a little bit thicker. And then for the other side, you can just roll up those playmats. Whoop. Make sound effects when I moved. That didn't used to happen, but age. All right, so I'm just rolling up the playmats, and you can just stuff those right in the other side of the box. And there you go. Collector's edition. Packed up, ready for your game shelf, which is still on my to-do list. We need to reorganize the game cabinet pretty badly. It's like stacks of stuff right now. But yeah, that is our collector's edition. So we got a couple notes for our manufacturer, but hopefully we will be moving very quickly into production here. It should be just a few more weeks, and then we'll hopefully start shipping maybe end of March. That's definitely the fast timeline. But worst case, it would be like start of April when things ship out. We've had some questions about like how long things are going to take, and it's going to vary based on where you live. But for the most part, it should be under 2 weeks to get the package once we do start shipping. But yeah, exciting. Turf War, it's coming. So thanks everybody for joining. All the info, we'll do some more photos for the product update. Watch for social, watch for Kickstarter updates. Thank you all so much, and enjoy the rest of your day.